2, 1.
Hey everybody, I hope oh, don't make me laugh. I hope you guys are out there in webland. So I want to thank you for joining my stream today. It was sort of kind of haphazardly put together. As I mentioned earlier, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. I'm hoping you guys have audio and video. I think you do. But one real fun thing that I have here, so there are no lab rats available today. So if you guys tell me, hey, Ariana, how are you? So, can you hear me okay? Can you see me okay? I kind of literally, I don't like using that word, but I threw this whole thing together truly last minute. Let's see. Oh, Happy New Year's. I am totally threw this thing together. Oh, we got so many friends here. Ash the Cactus. Great, you can hear and see me. But here, I have coffee. This is always good. I have to admit, I lost track of time, and I was putting together this whole setup here when I realized, oh, you know what? I gotta go on at 1:30. It's not like this is network television and we have to adhere to a certain schedule. But before I do anything, hold on, I'm gonna turn something off. There we go. Okay. So we have some fun little things here. There are no lab rats helping me out today, so I really, really want to apologize if this is a total cluster. But I have this little stream deck thing here. So let's see, I can turn to camera 2. Oh, hey, there's a close-up of me, look at that. And then I can go camera 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Oh, this is great. Now, but wait, there's more. Now I think I have a camera over here. Oh, I do. We have a little mixer thingy here. And I got this TV thingy set up. And then camera 4 for a little bit more of a closer thing here. What is this? I totally did not rehearse. This is the MX70. One of the latest acquisitions here at Dave's Retro Video Lab. So, let's see. Oh my gosh, we got so many people here. Oh, we have Ariana's mom. Hi, Ariana's mom. Are you in Italy right now? You probably are. And I don't know why my voice just went up higher, but that's crazy. What else do we have? Oh my gosh, there's a lot of friends, Ariana's friends. Holy macaroni. Anyway, so let me get into the show here. So I've been feeling under the weather for a little bit. So I'm going to take it easy on this one. There's probably not going to be a lot of running around the lab. Pardon me. But that's why we have coffee. So, I want to discuss with you a couple things from the previous, from the episode we uploaded. There was actually a couple fun little notes that I wanted to discuss with you about the Panasonic about the PV460D, which I don't have here right now. I could go run and get it, but I'm not going to go crazy because I'm just too tired. So, a couple funny notes about the... Oh, first of all, Happy New Year! Oh my gosh, wait a minute, let's go to the big camera. Happy New Year, everybody! I don't know, why didn't I start the video off with that? I want to thank you for watching, and I want to wish all of you guys a happy 2023. I can't thank you enough for watching and your support. And hopefully we can grow the channel even more this year. We have more silly skits planned. I hope you liked where Marie, we not set her on fire, but but we shocked her a little bit. You know, that skit required some planning. Not really. We kind of said, hey, what can we do to Marie? Oh yeah, we'll just we'll shock her and then we'll figure out how that all works. Anyway, we've been having a lot of fun here in the lab, and like I said, you guys have really been great. So 2023, what we've got coming up is, of course, we're going to hope to turn out more content about really, wait, let me see, can I cut to this? Hey, cool stuff like this, and then back there. And you know, more cameras, more stuff. You guys are not into the computer stuff. I've realized that, so we're going to just keep our focus on cameras and old video gear like this Switcher. But it requires a lot to create that content. Not only do I write it, I produce it, I direct it, I act in it, and I work with our editor to put it all together. It is a very, hold on, I gotta get to this camera, a very, very solid part-time job, if not bordering on semi-full-time. But I love it. You guys make it all so worthwhile, and that's why we do it. We have a great time, and I have to tell you, when we put those silly skits together, and you know, it's like, is that a really funny thing? But then when you go and you start cutting the scene together and you add in the sparks and the smoke and the sound effects, it really comes to life, and it makes it so much fun. Ariana, who plays our character Brielle, I don't know where that name came up. I think I looked up fancy names on the internet. I'm like, oh, we're just going to name Ariana Brielle. And she is Marie's assistant, dedicated assistant to Marie, our product showcase specialist. And Ariana, I want to say hi to you and your family. You're doing a great job. You make us laugh. You know, there's funny things, by the way, when we film these skits. You know, because I'm in it and I can't see what the other, oh, hold on, we gotta go to the wider camera. I can't see what the other cast members are doing. And so when I play the thing back, I'm like, oh, no kidding, that's what that person was doing. Hold on, coffee break. Anyway, let's see, do you guys have any questions? Oh, Ace Paul. Yeah. I'm just recovering from a multitude of different things like bronchitis and I am so sorry. Oh, wait a minute. I had, what do you call it? What do you call it? A poison ivy. Possibly. I think I had poison ivy on the last live stream. So I've segued into some funner, more interesting stuff. Let's see, what other questions? No questions yet, but that's good, so I'm going to continue motoring on. So, I hope you guys had a fun New Year. We got a bunch of neat things planned. I have so many cameras and things that I want to put up there on the internet, and it just, hopefully in 2023, that train will move faster and forward and just get that stuff on the air or on the internet, whatever it is. As you can see, or you can't, or maybe you didn't really realize it, the lab is sort of under a full-on renovation. Not so much with all the junk in the back here, but with the lighting. So relighting the whole lab, it really needed a makeover. We've increased, I stole a camera, but Marie's product demonstration area has been widened to allow us to do more things with more people, blah blah blah. But so you're not here to listen to me expostulate or BS on about what's going on, or maybe you are, I have no idea. But where else would you want to spend your New Year's Day? It's beautiful outside, and I don't know why I am sorry, I'm not outside, but I'm here with you because I want to say hi to you guys. You mean so much to me, and I thought, hey, why not hang out with the honorary lab rats and have some fun. So, to get started, I've been collecting more crap. Yep, that's what my wife calls it. Oh yeah. Or she also calls it destined for the dump. Yes, and I know, isn't that terrible? Hold on, let's go to this camera. Isn't that just terrible? Why would she ever call any of this stuff junk? I really like the close-up camera. It makes me feel more connected to the audience, right? That's a little thing. So now we're going to go to this other camera over here. So, I want to give a shout-out. I don't know, let's see who's on there so far. All right. So I want to give out a special shout-out to Dr. Smart and his crew in Elmhurst, Illinois. They are our, I think we got Dr. Smart, we got John, we got Adonis, we got Forrest, we got Coco. I would call them the Dave's Retro Video Lab roadies, and I can't thank them enough. I know the Vintage Computer Festival Midwest was, I don't know, 3 months ago, whatever it was, but they were incredibly instrumental making that, or helping to make that a success, even though I think I was banned. just because we were doing some skits and they flipped out. And I thought the people enjoyed it, but at any rate, that's for page 6 in the New York Post. But at any rate, so, but I want to give a shout out to the crew. Happy New Year. Hopefully, I'll be back in Elmhurst again in 2023. And maybe we'll do our own vintage retro festival in a nearby hotel or in front of Walmart across the street. Anyway, so one of the things I wanted to talk about is I put this whole thing together. Oh, let's cut to the camera because I can do that now. Ah, there we go. I put this whole thing together virtually last second. This is, what do we got here? We got a Panasonic MX70 Switcher. I picked this up from a guy in upstate Connecticut. I haven't even figured out how it works. I haven't even looked at it. Let's go to the close-up here. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. There's a delay here. So it is a pretty cool little thing. It's a switcher. One of my goals, by the way, is I've gotten so many questions about this, is Dave, when are you going to stream in SD with like an old camera and whatnot? Well, my friends, oh, hold on. Ugh. My friends, in this box, I have collected a bunch of these. Hold on, let me see if I can go to camera 2 here. A bunch of these old JVC S-VHS camcorders, and my hopes and dreams are that I'm going to get 3 of these. I've been collecting old tripods. I got 3 of these old POS cameras. That's a piece of poop, if you want to call it that. Sorry, Ariana's mom. And at any rate, I want to do a live SD old school broadcast. I even have buried in the back a, what is that thing? A Videonics Title Maker 2000. So I even want to put old school things up there. But I got not just one, let's go to this camera, not just one, not just 2, but wait for it, we've got 3 of these old cameras, and I am hoping that we can do a streamcast. Not today. Boy, I got to tell you, setting this thing up was really a... Oh, hold on. There we go. Was really a challenge. Oh, wait a minute. Watch this, guys. Ooh, see, look at that. Where is it? It's... Tink, 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 tink. It's live. I got to tell you, that took me like, I don't know, 3 hours to put together. Anyway, so my hopes and dreams were, or are, that I want to do a streamcast with this thing. It's going to take a few moments to figure out. Oop, hold on. There we go. So I can dissolve and figure out how this works. I have to say, I was a professional technical director, did sports and all sorts of fun stuff, and even now I'm finding this to be kind of challenging to figure out, but I'll get it. Don't worry. It's just going to take some time. I thought maybe later on in the streamcast we would, I would hook up a couple of these POS cameras and we would actually try to see if anything works. I threw down a bunch of cable. Did we get any questions? Wait a minute. What's your favorite? Oh, all right. So Ash the Cactus. Where do you guys come up with these names anyway? Ash the Cactus. So Ash the Cactus wants to know, what is my favorite piece of retro gear that I own? Wow, you know, Ash the Cactus, that's a really great question. I like different gear, like, if I had to say an old camera, wow, you really got me on that one. You know what it is? You like different flavors of ice cream for different reasons, because you feel like a certain flavor on a certain day, and I know we're talking about ice cream, and we're referencing old video gear, but there's just some things I like. For instance, I'm really into, like, here we go, old switchers. Now, I also have a Videonics switcher, but I also like old cameras. I would have to say there's a DSR 500 that I have that is pretty damn cool. Can I say damn on the internet? Can I? Oh, there's nobody here. I don't even know. I'm talking into the darkness. Anyway. What else? But you know what? Probably, I guess because it's such part of pop culture, is, let's go to the close-up, is my JVC GRC1U, because it's part of Back to the Future, and it's one of my favorite movies. And you know what I have to say, back in 1984, I think when this thing came out, it was a pretty darn cool piece of tech. But wow, Ash, that's a really tough question. Oh, and by the way, for those of you, I didn't know if you knew this or not. Hold on. There was a little baby Yoda. You probably can't see him or couldn't see him, but he was a little Easter egg hidden right on the shelf, not there, but further over during the last episode. I had little Easter eggs all over the set. Maybe you didn't catch them. Let's see. Any other questions, comments, or concerns so far? I hope this thing is still taking questions. So I'm going to continue moving forward. So one of the things about collecting old retro tech is, does it work? And I bought this switcher. The guy said, of course it works. And I'm like, are you, can I hook it up? And no, he didn't. You kind of just roll the dice and see what happens. And I truly bought it from a guy in the back of his truck in some warehouse. And for all I know, it was probably stolen from. No. He had a. What did he do? Oh, he did concert stuff where the screens for concerts. They would use this for corporate and concert events. To the big screens that are above, like the music acts or the corporate whatever it is, they would actually cut whatever was going in the big screen above the talent, whatnot. But this thing is loud. You can probably hear it. Actually, all these things are loud. But at any rate, so what I thought might be kind of fun. Let's see. Hold on. Coffee break time. 1 second. I have no idea. Oh, there's 7 of you watching. Oh, great. So I have no idea. I guess, like I said, there's no lab rats here helping me today. It's all, I'm doing it myself. And I know that's probably really annoying, and I will stop that. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up the switcher and see if I can cut around to different sources. What I have done is... Oh, you know what? Let me tell you about something that's really is nifty. I know it's a very old school word. This little doohickey here is a Tektronix Pathfinder. It is a TSG-95. Maybe it'll be better on this camera here. Oh, look at that. Maybe that'll work. It's a TSG-95. And I have to say, if you are looking to like, let me see if I can put it down here maybe. Yeah, I guess it kind of works. So if you are looking to like test out equipment, like you need to check out a VCR, or you want to go buy something, and you have to meet up with somebody at a McDonald's. Yes, I've met up with people at McDonald's. You want one of these things. Essentially, it is a bars test generator, and it generates many different signals. Let me see. Can I call up another signal here? No, it's locked out. Hold on. One moment, kids. Anyway, I'm just going to keep going. So, what's really cool about this, it's powered by like 8 AA batteries. You can take this on the road with you, plug it into whatever it is you're going to buy, and then you can instantly test out if the gizmo works or not. It also generates audio too. So you can buy the adapters. This is an XLR. You probably want to have XLR, probably an XLR female to a RCA male adapter. So if you want to generate bars or tone, and you want to test out a VCR or something like that, or a monitor like this, bring one of these handy TSG, where is it? A TSG-95. It's PAL and NTSC, and it is a really handy gizmo, and that is how right now I'm generating the bars that are up here. So, that being said, that's really handy thing to have. Oh, one other thing too. I'm so sorry. I want to talk briefly about my Sony CCD-V220. Hey, look, the live is still up there. That's cool. So the Sony, here, you know what, kids? 1 second. Probably not a smart idea to do this, but let's see. Oh, there we go. Put it down here, maybe. So this guy here, Dr. Smart, who's a subscriber, Uh-oh, I just did a wipe on the switcher, but he got this thing up and running again. He recapped it. It works. If I have time, I will turn it on. But, you know, Ash, you were asking earlier about one of my favorite items, and it might very well be the CCD-V220. I think I've mentioned this on previous streams before, and it's because of the analog VU meters is why I love this camera. But at any rate, I wanted to send a shout out to Dr. Smart for putting Humpty Dumpty back together again. I can't thank you enough, and his patience and all my crazy things. So eventually we will do... Oh, that's right, because I did a wipe here. Hold on. Oh, look at that. It does DVE. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let's see this. 1 second. Let's go back to camera 3. Hold on. Oh, look at that. It actually has like a DVE move. That is very cool for digital video effects. All right, let's take the little live thing out. Will it go out? Oh, it went out. Great. All right, so... wait a minute. Do we have any other questions? No, not yet. You guys are just probably chilling out, eating your lunch, and your West Coast people breakfast, and maybe European friends dinner. I'm sort of in that weird nether region between the whole day. But so what I thought might be fun is maybe to hook up one of these cameras, turn it on, plug it into the back of this, and see if I can figure out how how this silly thing works. I know I don't want to borrow. Oh, wait a minute. We have... Oh my gosh, this thing is really, really, really involved. But I think it's pretty cool. Let's see. Can I make another DV? Oh, look at that. There goes the little DVE. Let's go back to here. So let me go back to this camera. One of the things that I like is trying to decipher how to work something like this. As you can see, there are tons of menus for this, and I just love that sort of thing. Part of figuring out anything is, well, what's the logic behind it? How does it work? And that's where, you know, trying to figure out a switcher like this is really fun. But I'm not going to waste... Well, maybe you guys want me to waste your afternoon doing this. What time is it? It's 1:55, so I got 35 more minutes. Hold on. Coffee break. All right. Oh. Hey, Steve 30, you just arrived back at home. Thank you for joining us. It's a little bit of show and tell. I thought today we would feature this Panasonic AG MX70 Switcher. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take this JVC, let's put it up here, this JVC, I don't know why. I don't know why I thought it would be good to get 3 of these and use them for a streamcast, an SD streamcast. I guess because they're S-VHS and that they have a little bit bigger resolution. But look at this. Look at that tiny, itty-bitty little lens. It's going to be looking like through the bottom of a Coke bottle. But, tell you what, that's why you're having your... hold on, coffee break. Sorry. All right, so, in this box, don't tell me I only have... Ooh, I have... 1 power supply. Okay, that's a good start. So, I haven't looked at these in a long time, but let's see, where does that power supply go? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry to torture you all. Let's figure this out. So, Ariana and Ariana's mom, what's the weather like in Italy? Are you having a good time? Did you guys have a good holiday? Maybe someday we'll take the Dave's Retro Video Lab. Oh, wrong camera. Maybe we'll take the Dave's Retro Video Lab crew. Don't bank on it. Or just me to Italy. And we can do a live streaming show from there. So hold on 1 second. Let's see. Oh, get a video toaster. A video toaster? Oh my gosh. Now you got to worry about the computer that runs the video toaster working. Is that an Amiga? Is that a Commodore Amiga that ran the video toaster? Is that right? So here we go. We're going to plug in the POS camera. 1 second. Hold on, everybody. Where the heck is the plug? Hold on. All right. So let's see. Is this thing going to work? Oh, what am I doing? There we go. So let's see. We got to turn it on, right? Buppity-bup. I know you're all screaming, Dave, the power button's on the left side, blah, blah, blah. I know, don't be mad at me. I should have rehearsed this before doing this, but I'm really sorry. So here we go. All right. Holy macaroni, where is the power button? Oh, here it is. Here it is. So we got manual, automatic. So does the camera come on? No. Oh, wait a minute. Power thing was out. Oh, hey, there we go. We got something. Let's take off the lens cap. Oh, look at that, internet friends. All right, so we do have a picture. I don't know if you can see it. That's the curtain over there. There's my hand. So that is a very good start. So we got video on this thing. All right, problem number 2. Oh, we got a video out. So hold on, but wait, there's more. Hold on, wait for it. I have... Where is it? Oh boy, everything's falling apart. So, hold on, I gotta find the right cable for the job here. Don't anybody panic, I'm still here in internet land. 1 second. Hold on. Gotta find the right cable for the job. Perfect. Alright, so what I have here, internet friends, is I have an RCA to... Oh my gosh. I have an RCA to a BNC connector. I don't know if I can get that any closer, probably be blurry, but at any rate, oh yes, only Amiga makes it possible. Oh, that's good to know. The switcher, Steve, we're gonna, hold on, where are you? Steve, we're gonna hook this thing up and see if we can cut to the camera and the bars here. This is experimental streaming something, but here we go. So, holy macaroni, this thing is, oh, it's all knotted up, that's why. 1 second, internet friends. Why do I keep calling you internet friends? I just call you friends. Here we go. Oh boy. Okay, fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to take... I feel like this is a cooking show. Alright, so let's cut down to here. We're going to take the video out here. Now, the thing is, this switcher, now, watch this, guys. I purposely set this up, and hopefully I don't knock everything over. I put this on a late... Oh boy. You can already see what disaster awaits me here as I try to spin this around. I put the... Look at that! See, I thought of you guys when I did this. You see how complicated this is back here? So, interestingly... sorry. Interestingly enough, all the inputs back here are BNC inputs. Those are like what I would call like industrial sort of inputs. They're not your everyday RCA type inputs. So let's cut back up here. So we're going to take the RCA cable. We're going to plug it into the video out on this camcorder. And then, any other yep, okay, hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, Jerry, nice switcher load of X. Yes. Yeah, this thing is really like corporate video, industrial grade. Pretty cool. So, now that we got the BNC connector, I'm going to plug into input number 2 in the back here, because I got the bars generator. Remember the little Tektronix thing I mentioned? That is plugged into... this is just a hot mess, guys. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait for it. Holy moly. Alright, so we're going to plug it into AV number 2. Alright. Here we go on national or international television. We're going to see if this works. Ready? No. Hold on. Oh, look at that! There it is! Hey! Alright, let's, you know, oh, look at this. Oh, we don't want the... Holy macaroni. Let's see, is this thing... So, how cool. So, hold on, guys. What I'm going to do for you, 1 second. We're going to take camera 3 here, and we are going to look at this before your very eyes. Oh, that's as far as I can go. Oh, that's not fun. All right, so at any rate, right there, looks like it's pretty much in focus. Okay. All right, so, again, I have to apologize. There are no lab rats here today, so forgive me. But we still got a shot here of the switcher, which is important, and we got a shot here of the monitor. So, now, we got this here. Let's take a look at me. Sorry. Boy, hold on. Now, by the way, boy, look at that double chin there. Holy macaroni. I know what my New Year's Eve or New Year's resolution is. All right. Let's get back to being serious now. So, you see this. One of the things, let me see if I can white balance this. Hold on. Where is the, I'm sorry. You know, the color on the camera, and it might just, you know what, the color actually looks pretty much sort of okay. Any questions or comment? Oh, good old, yes, you know what, hold on, let me cut back. You know what, don't you miss 4x3? Look how simple that is, the good old days of 4x3. So, while we're here on TV, I got one camera set up. So we're going to put that camera and just aim it over there for the moment. Do I have, oh, look kids, I have another power supply. Shall we fire up another one of these POS cameras? Now the only thing is, I have to hope that I have a cable for it, but again, no rehearsal, no nothing, just some coffee, a beautiful afternoon on New Year's Day, January 1st, 2023. And I'm hanging out with my retro tech friends, and we're just experimenting with retro stuff. This is pretty exciting, though. Here, let's go back to the bars. I thought that was a little more... Yeah, there we go. But I am looking forward to doing an old-school SD stream. My only concern is, I know some of you have mentioned that there's issues with YouTube and lower resolution streams. So I need to find out more about that. And if that's going to be a problem. Let's see if this camera works. Here we go. Let's get to the low camera. There, we'll put it up here. All right, here we go. Everybody ready? We're going to plug this in. Oh, man, I got to... All right, here we go. So, survey says, and if I remember correctly, the on button was back here somewhere. Do we have another working... Oh, look at that, kids. So now we've got, hold on, wait for it. We've got two working cameras. So let's aim one camera over there. We'll aim one camera there. Let's put the bars. Did I just wipe back and forth? Hold on. Oh, there we go. So I put one camera over. It's shooting the, what we call the product demonstration area. I'm going to take another camera. I don't even know where to, I don't even have a tripod, but you know what I'm going to do? Oh no, that's a, oh wait a minute, I got to plug in the input. Hold on 1 second. So, luckily I have a spare one of these cables on hand. Anyway, so so what do you guys, as I untie this cable, what do you guys have going on? What new equipment have you purchased? Oh, one quick note. I plan on doing a show and tell segment for future episodes of Dave's Retro Video Lab, which I thought would be kind of fun, where you guys would send in pictures and talk about your retro gear. And we even thought maybe we would do like an Antiques Roadshow, where maybe we would come to your place and you would show us your retro video gear. Hold on, I have to get scissors. 1 second. Again, there's all sorts of concerns about that. Maybe just a few concerns. So here we go. Let's get back. We're going to take the RCA cable. We're going to plug it into the input here. Oh, where are we here? Oh my gosh, I got to pay attention. Too busy rambling on. So here we're going to plug it into the RCA input. All right, and now let's plug it into... You know what, kids? Let me see if I can get this turned around. Hold on, wait for it. All right, look at that. All right, so let's get this out of the way. So we've used, there's input video in 1. There's 1, 2, presumably that's 3 down there. So let's find the cable. Let's plug that into video input number 3. Come on, twist and lock. There we go. All right, so, and then we have our bars generator. Let's spin this madness around. As you can see, you start to get a ton of cable. All right, so we got our little switcheroo there. So now I'm going to take this camera here. I have no idea where I'm going to put it. I don't even have a tripod. Oh boy. Here, we're just going to do that. That's thinking on my feet. Hold on. Do I see anything? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let me just widen it out. There we go. All right, fine. It goes up there. So now we have, so let's go down to this camera here. We have input 1 is filming the curtain. Good. Let's see. Oh, man. Wow, we could even do this. Like, I can show you the control. Oh, that's actually kind of interesting. See? It's thinking on your feet. So we have the bars is input 1. Input 2 is this camera here that you see. Input 3 is the high camera up here. Oh, this is cool. Okay. How fun. Hopefully that camera doesn't fall. Knowing my luck, it probably will. So when you see this thing come tumbling off, just give me a shout out and say, hey, the thing's going to fall. Anyway. So, oh, wait a minute. Let's see what we got. Have you had any luck at thrift stores? Ah, that's a great question. So, Jerry, I love spoiling you guys. I love taking the time to screw around with this stuff. To answer some of your questions, hold on, coffee break. Wow, I got 8 of you guys watching. This is more people I've seen in, well, not seen, but have talked to in like 40 minutes than I've seen in probably 30 days. So, a couple questions to answer here. Here's the problem with thrift stores. You know what? While I'm here, so here's the problem with thrift stores. When buying old video gear, you have what I call the Goodwill pickers. Well, it all starts with there's like just to keep it all simple, you basically have the consumer would be like me. You have the middleman, which would be the Goodwill picker, and then you have like the estate sale people that are just selling stuff, or unknowing tag sale people. So what happens is, if you don't run out to the estate sales, the Goodwill or the estate sale pickers, they get out there, they buy the stuff, they think it's all valuable, but it really isn't, but they think it is. And then they put it on eBay for, oh, I don't know, $400 for a dumb camera. And you and I are like, what? Oh, wait a minute, this is better here. What? And so it's really annoying. I don't know why. I should be checking out estate sales and like beating out the middleman, like bypassing the Goodwill pickers and what did I call them? The estate sale swingers. And nobody. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know why when I was writing that little bit for the last episode of Dave's Retro Video Lab, I'm like Goodwill pickers and estate sale swingers. It just, anyway. I don't know if they're swingers, but maybe they are. I have no idea. But anyway, not to be tangential and get off track. But and it was really annoying. And what I cannot stand, everybody, and you've faced this too, is people putting things on eBay. They think because it's vintage and retro, they think something is worth, you know, $300 for an old RCA tube camera from, you know, 1984, and it's a piece of shit. Ooh, did I just swear on the internet? It's a piece of garbage. But you and I have sort of, you know, we find value for nostalgia, you know, for those kind of reasons. But they just think because it's old, it's worth something. And anyway, sometimes I can find, to answer your question, Ash, sometimes I can find something at an like Goodwill. But I have to be honest with you, you know, in estate sales, you know, sometimes estate sales can be pretty savvy, and even Goodwill people, or the managers at Goodwill who price out the stuff, they get to be kind of savvy too. And I've seen some cameras priced at like $75. And I'm like, why? At any rate, oh God, I just realized something else I want to tell you. But at any rate, what were your other questions? Let's see. Luck at thrift stores. Did a exciting 100 more. Oh yeah. One quick thought, by the way, about looking for old gear. Typically what I do is I get it on eBay. I don't have time to really run around and go to, let's change up the shot. Ah, there we go. So I don't really have a lot of time to run around, though I love dragging Junior Lab Rat Cameron along with me on my Goodwill runs. Poor kid. But sometimes it's random, and sometimes you, like one time there was a stack of Beta SP VTRs. Yes, like broadcast Beta SP VTRs at Goodwill, nearby. But I was like, what am I going to do with them? Like, I had no idea. So it was kind of like, I'll have to pass. Was really cool, but I'm like, I only have so much space, and I got to be honest with you. I have a bunker filled with old gear, and bunker, it's a storage space. I call it the bunker, but I have a storage space that's 10 feet by like 5 feet, and it is filled with gear. I could go on for 5 more years with an episode every week for Dave's Retro Video Lab with all the, as my wife calls it, dump destined gear. But by the way, a couple acquisitions I just looked up, and you guys are probably going, what the hell are those things? Do they turn on? Hold on. I'm going to use, let's see. Will you be able to see them up here? Hold on. Tell you what, let me aim camera. Which camera is it? Let me tilt this camera up here. Hold on, kids. Oh boy, not enough light up there, but let's see. So, does this thing... Oh, it is on. I don't have a disc. Or maybe it's not on now. All right, there we go. So, hold on. Maybe I have a light. No, I don't. Wait a minute. Does this thing work? Hold on. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, there you go. Now it works. There's a ton load of light. So, while we're here, I'll use this camera to go in. Look at this. Being creative. So, here we have an XD cam deck. Which is pretty cool. I have yet to fully figure it out. It has to be the most menu-driven thingy that I own, and it drives me crazy. I've made some headway with it. I'm not, and I know you guys are going to think I'm crazy, but I'm not sure exactly what to do with it. I know you guys all would think like, oh, I'm getting in the way of the shot, of course, because I forgot. Pretty neat. It uses, hold on, do I have a disc? It's not your... I am so sorry. I'm trying to find the disc for it. Oh no, don't tell me I lost the disc. Maybe it's in there. Hold on. No disc. At any rate, what's interesting about this is that it takes XD cam discs. Basically, it is a... it looks like a Blu-ray, but it's in a cartridge. It's pretty cool. And then over here, I have, right up here, is a DVC Pro deck. From Panasonic. I think it's it is DVC Pro. From Panasonic, which is pretty cool. I want to thank Dr. Smart. He actually found this in his neighborhood and contacted me and asked me, hey, do you want a DVC Pro deck? And I'm like, yeah, I guess so. Okay. So he reconditioned it, checked it out, and of course I compensated him for it. And here it is. I have yet to use it along with the deck here. Pretty cool stuff, but they're very loud, so I'm going to turn them off. Hold on, I'm going to turn these guys off because there's so much noise. But let me see, what else we got going on here? Let me tilt that camera down. Oh, and I got to turn off this light. I got a shop light up here. Oh boy, that's really hot. There we go, good. Whew. I think I'm running out of gas. Let's see, what other questions do you guys have? Let's see, Thomas, thank you for, yes, it's a very cool DVC Pro deck. Let me aim one of these cameras at something kind of interesting back here, maybe. Let's see, something like that, that's more interesting. Let me see, when I put this up here, let me tilt the camera down, hold on. Yes, on live TV. You know what? This is like really fun, guys. It's like hanging out, talking shop. Don't get a chance to do that much often because my family, they're not really, hold on. Because my family, they're really not into this stuff, and I can't quite say that I blame them. At any rate, so let's hear some questions, comments, concerns. What do we got here? Hold on. The average camcorder is my local market. Oh, wow. Wow, $200? Jerry, wait a minute. Marketplace is 200 US digital. Well, all right. So Jerry said, this is my local Indonesian marketplace. A digital 8 camcorder is around 200 US dollars. Do you think that's rather high? So, so here's a funny thing, and it seems like, well, all right, let me get to the meat of the story. So, for some reason, I guess there was this wave of people that wanted to, wanted Hi8 gear to dub old Hi8 videos and 8mm videos and digital 8 cameras or camcorders to dub stuff for people, I think as a profession or their own collection of tapes. And so for a while there, Hi8, 8mm, and I think digital 8 camcorders, the prices were going just through the roof. Like, go to Craigslist, go to even Shop Goodwill, they were asking some crazy prices. And people outbidding each other on Shop Goodwill for these camcorders. And so, Jerry, I guess the cost in a marketplace for $200, I gotta be honest with you, I would never pay $200 for a stupid digital 8 camera. But there are people out there that probably will pay that price because there's a need for these things, because so many people bought these little cameras, or bought these cameras with these little tapes, and now they want to transfer this stuff, put it on YouTube, put it, put the stuff in their computers. So I guess there's a real big market for it. But I have a feeling, just judging from what I've seen online, is that the prices are starting to come down for like Hi8 camcorders. I think it's crested. The market for the demand for these items has crested, and I think the prices are coming down. Yeah, $200. I just can't see it. Now, I forgot, and somebody helped me out here because my brain is a little foggy. Can you play back a Hi8 or an 8mm tape on a digital 8 camcorder? So get back to me and let me know if you can. I think you can. Let's see, what else? Oh, hold on. No, I don't want to leave the set, but I wanted to tell you a quick story because I think I'm running out of time. A follow-up to the PV460D that if you look at the latest Dave's Retro Video Lab episode, there was a... I had a camcorder with the motion stabilization, and I went into this whole 4-minute story about how the Panasonic invented the technology, but the episode was too long and I cut it out. So I'm going to try to give you a 1-minute primer. So here it goes, bear with me. So if you go back to the previous episode of Dave's Retro Video Lab about the Panasonic PV460D, which had the first camcorder to have image stabilization. I don't have the camcorder here, it's in another room at the lab, and I don't feel like running off camera because I'm too tired. At any rate, so what was really funny about the story is I dug up the information on the engineer who designed the image stability system, and it was actually kind of a fun story. In a nutshell, there was an engineer at Panasonic in the early 80s. He was trying to develop a consumer-based image stabilization system for camcorders, and he was initially using a gyroscope, and it wasn't working, and he kind of dropped the project. Well, at the time, there were these vibrating gyroscopes, and simply what a vibrating gyroscope is, it's a little chip with 2 little bars in it, and when the chip moves, the bars move inside the chip, and it sort of, with this motion of these 2 little bars, sends a signal, and blah, blah, blah later. These little vibrating gyroscopes are not like the little gyroscopes we're all familiar with. It's these little bars that are sandwiched in a chip, a little more complicated, but at any rate, let me keep going. So, the engineer and his friend went to Hawaii in like 1983 for a vacation. They're driving around, and the engineer from Panasonic was like watching his friend trying to film with a camcorder, and the guy was kind of trying to like compensate for the movement with his body. And the engineer realized, I know what to do. He said he could better improve the vibrating gyroscopes, and with techniques had these little tiny servos for their what were they? Little tiny servos for their turntables, and he came up with this idea that if you incorporate these vibrating gyroscopes with these little servos, he basically came up with the rudimentary system for the Panasonic PV460D. And when you look at the camera, it's essentially a modern-day gimbal with a couple motors. One motor adjusts the tilt axis, and another motor adjusts the pan axis. And the funny thing is, I had purchased... Do I have it? Again, I'm very unorganized today. But I actually bought the service manual for the Philips version of the Panasonic PV460D. And what was really funny about it is I'm like, oh good, I can show you guys all the guts inside the camcorder. Well, it turns out that Panasonic, they basically packaged the whole image stabilization system into a box. So when they put the cameras together in the factory in Japan, they basically took a box which had the lens, the gimbal, and the rest of the hardware, including the gyroscopes, I think, or the electronic, the vibrating gyroscopes, and it basically was packaged as a box. So at the factory, they took the box and attached it to the camera and moved it down the assembly line. I'm oversimplifying it. So it was all hidden in this box. So I bought this whole manual for nothing. But I did learn that everything comes in a box. So at any rate, any other questions? Hold on. Thanks for the... Oh, good. Oh, it does not play back analog tapes. Oh, that's really good to know. Wait a minute. Yes, high 8 on a digital 8. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, you can play high 8 on a digital 8. I get what you're saying. The newer digital 8s do not play back analog. Oh. Before anybody runs out and buys anything, double check that. Again, I can't remember if the digital 8s are high. Is it forward compatible? At any rate, let me get back to my Panasonic PV460D story. At any rate, long story short, it was really kind of a fun story, and this guy developed the patent for it, this engineer, and he developed all sorts of other patents for Panasonic. I had his name here somewhere. It's like Mitsaki. I won't even try. Oshima? Anyway, if you do a research, Google patent Panasonic image stability system or image stabilization system, you're going to come up with the engineer's story because he had, I think he had submitted this for like students or something who might be interested in getting into engineering, but his list of patents are like a mile long, and how he came up with the image stability system was sort of this aha moment while vacationing in Hawaii. And by the way, that was like in 1983. It took 5 years for them to fully develop the image stability system to where they could package it in a camera in 1988 and sell it. So I thought it was a fun story, but I went on too long and it needed visuals, and you guys have short attention spans, so I didn't want to like load down the episode and turn it into like a 20-minute, you know, epic whatever. So, oh yes, Dr. Mitsaki Oshima. Very good, Jerry. Did you look that up? Yeah, it's actually, look it up. It's actually kind of a fun story. And that's one thing, by the way, I love about researching all this crazy old gear. Because I know you guys, hold on, let's go to this one. I know you guys, you will totally pick me apart, and you haven't done so yet. So I don't know if I'm doing my homework. But if I deliver the information wrong, or it's not quite right, or whatever. So I really do a lot of research to make sure that I indeed, you know, I'm delivering the information correctly and that it's accurate. And so, pardon me. So when I do research for a camera or a switcher or whatever, I really dig to find out more, and that's how I found out about this image stability system and how it was invented. So I love learning about this stuff. It's really fun. And generally when I go down the rabbit hole of research, and by the way, it is probably the most stressful. This last episode of Dave's Retro Video Lab with the Panasonic PV460D was probably the most stressful because it had so much information. I had to figure out, well, what was important, what wasn't. I want to make sure it's accurate. And, you know, so I really, and I wanted to demonstrate it, but, you know, it's like we don't have all day to do this. So it was trying to take all this information and pack it into something that, you know, is like a cookie. You enjoy it and you move on. So this last episode was really, really, really involved and probably took the longest to put together of any Dave's Retro Video Lab episode. Let's see what else. Oh, Cyclone Cord. What do we got here? About how much it came to be a very interesting. I know. This generation. I know. It is an attention span thing. And I have to tell you guys, you know, when I sit there and analyze the analytics, it's like, how is it that I put out a 14-minute video and it gets watched for about 5 minutes? And I know people in the TV business, we call it scrub. You take the cursor, you scrub, scrub, scrub. You look for things that catch your eyeballs and be like, "Ooh, what is that?" And I totally get it. But it's, I think for me, when I find out really interesting things, you know, I'm at the dinner table with my family. I'm like, "Did you know?" And of course, they're like, "Do we care?" No, my family, they're awesome. They put up with my crazy stuff. But so I love researching this stuff and, you know, learning about the technology like CCDs. Oh, one more really important thing about the Panasonic PV460D is another thing I forgot to put it. Well, I purposely didn't put into the video because I wasn't sure if I had my intel right. And you lab rats out there, double check this. But while I was doing my researching my information for the Panasonic PV460D, hold on one second, kids. 1 second. Oh no, what did I do with? Oh, I had another beverage, but at any rate, apparently what I was researching is that Panasonic was building the camera in conjunction with Philips Magnavox, and I believe there was a review in the Chicago Sun-Times when the PV460D came out, and the guy was surprised. He goes, "Oh, and it had a really nice image quality against other VHS camcorders." What I think I read, and I couldn't find the information to put in the video, is what was important to add, but I wasn't sure because I couldn't find the information. But check on this. Panasonic and Philips actually put a higher resolution CCD image sensor into the 460D and the Philips and Magnavox cameras, the equivalents. So they really had CCDs, I believe, for S-VHS camcorders, but they put them in these VHS camcorders. So you actually are getting a little bit slightly better resolution. I mean, it's all being recorded in SD, but the camera is taking a higher resolution and recording it and you get onto the tape, and you get a slightly better image quality. Because the standard, and I could be wrong about this, so I'm just going to say that first. They were saying the standard resolution for a camcorder CCD was like 220,000 pixels, whereas the CCD image sensor that they were putting into the PV460D and the Philips came in at around like 360,000 megapixels. I'm not sure, but I thought I read that, but I didn't put it in the video because I couldn't find the reference for it, and I didn't want to talk about it if I didn't know for sure. So hold on. Sounds like a shoulder mount camcorder. Hold on. AG for is a 2 CCD. No, I think that it's a PV 460D. There's a PV 460D. I don't think there was an AG in there anywhere. But that was another thing too that, oh, sorry, wrong camera, guys, sorry. That was the other thing too that surprised me about the PV460D was why didn't they make it an S-VHS camcorder? I think they had S-VHS in 1988. I myself had an RCA S-VHS camcorder. I don't know why they did that. But one thing I do understand is, oh, so of course you guys are all like, I gotta get myself one of these camcorders because they really are cool with the image stabilization, and I should have the camera here, and I'm just too lazy right now to go into the other room to get it. But, and I think I went way over my time, but at any rate, I think you guys are having a good time, I think. And, oh, we got 9 of you watching right now. So, what was interesting is that by the time this image stabilization came out with this camera, the camera was like was it it was like, not 9 pounds, I'm sure I'm exaggerating, but it was wicked heavy. I call it a plastic pig because it was so big. And interestingly enough, but all these little, 8mm camcorders, vhs-c camcorders were coming out at the time. So therefore, like, nobody wanted to lug around a big heavy camcorder. And that's why there's not too many of them on eBay right now. You do find them, but oh boy, those eBayers, they've caught on to us. We're all now like, oh, I gotta get one of these things. And now they want like $400. And I've seen if you go to completed, for those of you that do the eBay thing, look at the completed auction listings. It's a selection on the side there somewhere, how you can filter out the information when buying stuff on eBay. And it'll tell you what the average price, the selling price, has been for whatever it is you're looking for. So the average selling price, or the average sold price, I guess you'd call it, these cameras sold for, there was one for $260. So that means somebody was willing to pay $260 for the PV460D. I paid about $40 for it. I think I've had the camera like a couple years. But if you watch my video, I have a tip on how to buy a camera, an old school 1988 camera with image stabilization, and you can beat out the eBayers. So go back, watch the video. It's in the camera, was it the Collector's Corner segment? I'm not going to waste it right now. You got to go back to that video and check it out. All right, any other questions? Let's see. Oh, we have Andrew. Hey, Andrew, how are you? So what else we talked about? So we talked about the guy who, the engineer, blah, blah, blah. So I got that all taken care of. Took care of the decks, some fun stuff. Wow. I think I'm running out of gas. Do you guys have any questions? I'll give you 3 more minutes, and then I got to go, and I'm probably going to go take a nap. It's been a very long 2 weeks here in the lab, so I got to go enjoy the rest of the Sunday, maybe take a nap. But, oh, what's a question? I followed up on the Philips oven should arrive. Oh, did you? Oh, you know what? Cyclone cord, that is very, very cool. I hope that the Philips works out for you. It was so funny when I found out, oh, there's 2 more of these other cameras, and very exciting. Good luck with that camera. I hope it works out. One of these days, by the way, I've figured out, oh, one last note, and then I'm going to get going, is I'm still working on trying to dub video from, VHS to, into my computer, so I can edit it, and you guys get like maximum quality. Right now, it's just, I can't get the quality that I'm hoping to get out of the videos. So soon, I promise, I will show you. But that was one reason why I scaled the video down on the last Dave's Retro Video Lab, was to at least make it look a little bit better. Not trying to blow it up to HD, but just keeping it somewhere in between SD and HD. And I thought it looked okay. It was that football footage. And by the way, that camera was really fun. It drew a lot of attention when I was out on the sidelines of this high school football game. A lot of people asked questions about it. At any rate, hold on, wait a minute. I must say that this is a Premiere Video channel. Oh, well, thank you very much. So tell you what, gentlemen, I have a big favor to ask. So many times people are like, wow, you got some really good content there, but nobody's really watching your channel. And I know we're supposed to do more with social media. I know, and one more, I know. And the thing is, I really got to try to push the channel more, but I got a full-time job on top of this almost very full-time job. So get the word out there. Let people know, like, hey, there's this guy that does these crazy skits. And listen, I don't go into the very minutia of the cameras. I just, I did that early on. And of course, those videos get thousands of hits because I think people want like tutorials on how to use these cameras. But in a lot of times, in a lot of cases, I'm just like, I don't have the time. So I try to identify a couple, features that are really interesting with the camera or camcorders or whatnot. And then I basically focus on those features like, the Panasonic's image stabilization system. So, hey, get the word out there. If you have friends or you're on a Facebook page or whatever, say, hey, check out this guy. He does this stuff. I can't thank you enough. As I mentioned in the holiday video, I mean, I do this because of you guys. I love this stuff. I know you guys love this stuff, and that's why I totally do it. I love sharing crazy Switcher stuff with you because I know you guys are into it. It's like here, let's do that. Why? Ooh, there we go. It just makes me laugh. But I love sharing this stuff with you because it really interests me, and it's like a club, right? And so the more people we get into the club, the more stuff we can do. Again, thank you so much. It's just been really fun. I've been doing this almost 3 years now, which is mind-blowing. And we just started, we recorded our first episode just before COVID, and that's how I kind of remember like how long it's been. So we're coming up on 3 years. We have 1,111 subscribers. Not quite the subscribership that other channels have, but I think I savor and I thank each and every one of you for subscribing and checking out, and just, hey, pass it on, let friends know, or you know, other people that are into this kind of crazy stuff. Wait a minute, I gotta do this one more time. I just love that. At any rate, hey, let them know. I would really, really appreciate it. So I'm gonna wrap up this episode. I want to thank you so much. Let's go to this camera. I want to thank you so much for checking in, seeing what's going on. I want to wish you a very, very happy new year. And I wish you the best happiness and health in the 2023. And we'll get together more. We'll do more live streams. And, of course, there'll be more crazy videos. We won't shock Marie anymore. By the way, that was a lot of fun. And I just want to say thank you so much and have a great day. And we'll see you soon. Take care, everybody. Thanks.